think I might have stepped in the things that Matthew warned me not to step in. Similar to poison ivy, but maybe not poisonous, but just like super itchy. We shall see. We shall see. Oh, it's so nice here. I'm not sure where to put this thing. I'm gonna show you the bamboos. It's a small little bamboo forest in the middle of a small little European forest in Brittany. I made it into the forest. I can't get over how scared I feel, which is kind of making me sad because places like this used to be where I felt the most safe, and that is just making me feel like I've been so disconnected from nature for so long that I don't know how to be here. But that's okay, because we're going to change that. Yep, we're working on that. Oh, my hair looks wild. I love the feeling of the wind in my hair, like while we're driving the car, but my hair doesn't like it so much. Right. I don't know if I like this angle. About... what month are we in now? What? It's September. Okay. Awkward human. I don't like this angle. I think I'm gonna look for another one. I'm reading this book from Robin Wall Kimmerer. I think that's her name. I'm sorry if I butchered it, but the book is about indigenous knowledge mixed with scientific knowledge about plants and the ecosystem and all of that beautiful stuff. And she talks about how in their culture, in their traditions, you have to ask permission from the plants before you take from them. And I think that's beautiful. And I realized that I didn't ask permission from that tree that I was using to hold my camera. And I don't think she liked it because a spider jumped at me. So I'm back at the same tree because I had a moment that, oh Jesus, it's fine, everything's fine. This is going great. I'm starting to feel how I normally feel when things get difficult and or complicated, that it might be time for me to give up. But no. Ooh, is that a mushroom? No, it's not. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying. I hate the way I feel right now. Please don't be mad at me. So far, you're the only tree that I can find that has the right kind of branch to hold this camera. But if it doesn't work for the third time, I take a hint. I'll take the hint. This is weird. Or maybe I just feel weird. Is that better? I don't know. We're just gonna, maybe I'm too short. Maybe I'm too short. Okay. You can tell that I'm anxious because I keep putting my hands in my pocket. I don't know, whatever. So, this is weird. I'm used to cropping it so close to my face so that you don't have to see my body because, you know, I'm uncomfortable with it. But let's move on, Sabrina. In June of this year, obviously. No, let's not be mean. In June this year, I decided to do the artist's way. I should have brought the book with me. It's okay, it doesn't matter. I'll put a picture or something up here. If I know how to do that in editing, we'll find out. My goal was to document the process of doing that from the beginning until the end, obviously. Here we are. It's week 5. It's been week 5 for 5 weeks. And, well, let's start with why I'm doing the artist's way, what it is, and all of that stuff. Okay, yeah, let's start with that. So the artist's way is kind of like a 12-week course in which you either discover or rediscover your creative self. And mine has been, well, she's been having a hard time lately. So I decided, yes, I have the time, I have the opportunity, let me do that. Let's document it. That was weird. Okay, I'm gonna get closer. I didn't prepare any notes. I don't know what I'm saying. I've been preparing notes for months. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Right now, I feel like I'm putting on a performance because I know that people are going to watch this. You're going to be watching this. And I'm hyper aware of how I'm going to be perceived and how I'm going to be seen. And let's just say that's not great. It's not great. Needless to say, I didn't really document. That's not true, actually. I have. The first 4 weeks were incredible. I don't even think I have the words to describe the magic that happened. It's a 12-week course. I've said that a billion times at this point, in which every week you tackle a subject matter and you're given some tasks and you go on an artist date with yourself. But the thing that you have to do on a consistent daily basis is writing your morning pages, which is 3 pages of kind of like a brain dump, I would say, every morning. And this is the one thing that's non-negotiable. You can kind of fluctuate with the other things, but this is the thing that you have to do. This is where most of the work is. Hi there. This is editing Sabrina. Does anyone else feel weird about saying their own name? Or is that just me? Anyway, I just wanted to jump in here real quick to clarify some things that I said. So the morning pages are non-negotiable, but so is the artist date. Those are the 2 things that you can't not do. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you. Bye. For the first 4 weeks, my experience was mind-blowing. It was emotional, it was difficult, it was joyous, it was, I keep saying the word magic, but it was freaking magical. There's no other way to put it. The amount of synchronicity, the amount of just stuff that came up that I didn't realize were holding me back. And then life got in the way. I don't know why this is hard to say. We lost my grandfather. And we had to start traveling, currently in Brittany, France. When I started this, I was in the US. So life got in the way. And I got in the way, truthfully, first, before life did. This journey is not easy. The healing journey is not linear. Nope. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, it's not. It's like you're up and you're down and you're up and you're down, and then you're like back and forward, and you're like here and there and everywhere, and it's just like, but I'm really grateful for it. You're gonna feel like you're losing your mind. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Some days it feels like a good kind of losing your mind, other days it doesn't. But the point is to unblock your creative self and to understand, or you I don't know if it is to understand why you were blocked in the first place, but you start to realize the things that you did to yourself, or the things that other people have done to you, that you then took upon yourself to continue doing. My journey is not finished, and I've been beating myself up about not documenting it in the way that I wanted to document it. Truthfully, I have documented really big moments that are extremely personal. Oops, I just hit my mic. Somebody walking by, and I'm now super anxious and nervous about talking out loud. I thought I was protected by the trees, but I guess not. When I started this, I was all over the place with myself. I was going through a lot personally, emotionally. There were huge changes happening in my life, still currently happening in my life. And I didn't know what the frick to do with myself. I still don't know what the frick to do with myself, but that's okay, because we're figuring it out. Yeah. I don't know if donkeys normally sound that sad, but that sounded really sad. I hope he's okay. I've been struggling with calling myself an artist, with trying to understand what does that mean, with getting rid of judgmental concepts and ideas that are not my own. And I've been having this conversation over and over and over again with my partner about the meaning of the word judgment. And I don't know, for me personally, my experience of the word judgment, it always comes with a negative connotation, but for him it just means that it is an opinion that you make of somebody and doesn't, or something, based off of information that you have of that somebody or something. And it's not something that is forever, and it's something that you can change. You can always change your judgment of something. So I don't know if judgment is the right word to use here. I want to be an artist. I've always wanted to be an artist, or at least I think so. I've always wanted to live a creative life because to me, creativity is the essence of life. We live within a creation, a beautiful, marvelous creation. I'm not gonna cry. Okay, maybe a little bit. I've always wanted to live a creative life. It just felt natural to me to live life in that way. And I think growing up, I was criticized for thinking in that way. And after leaving home, I let myself live like that. I embraced that fully, but at the same time, I shut myself off from the idea of home, the idea of who I am, all of those things that I was taught growing up. I don't know how to explain. It was weird. It was beautiful and fantastic, but also weird at the same time because I connected to this part of myself, but shut off another part of myself, which with time inevitably affected this beautiful creative self that I'd cultivated. And now, I don't even know if that story is true. My mind's all over the place. And by starting this process, I started to let my emotions out. There's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot of emotions. There's a lot. And that's good. It's good. It's just I didn't realize how much I was not feeling. So it got overwhelming. Yes, 100%. And there are days where I wish I didn't feel so much, especially on the days where my mind, well, is not doing so great. I don't even know if any of this is making sense. The perfectionist in me is screaming right now, like, what the fuck are you doing? This is stupid. You didn't plan anything. You don't know what you're talking about. Nope, nope, nope. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. You're doing well. You're doing great. This is alright. This happens. You know what happens. Doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's be real. I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay that you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. It's already 17 minutes long. There's probably nothing valuable in there. Ah, something bit me. Ooh, that feels good. Anyway, so I've decided to continue this journey and to do it in the way that I wanted to do it originally, to continue documenting my process, my progress, my thoughts, my ideas, and to share that. I'm not sure what that was. No, 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 no. What the fuck? You don't need to be anxious. It's just a bug. Anyway, and to share that with, I've never seen a bug like that before. It's just hovering. It's like a hummingbird, but in bug form. That's so cool. Okay, anyway, let's focus. Oh, the light looks nice. Okay. So I've decided to document this process and share it. And the reason I want to share it is because I believe that by sharing this, we have a better chance at healing together. By showing that the in-between, the cocoon phase, it's not glamorous. It's not as glamorous as the simplified version of a success story is, where you see the beginning and you see the end, but you don't know how the person got there. This is it. They lost their mind. They lost their shit. And I want to show that because I would actually love to have conversations with other people that are going through this. I would love to learn from you. I would love to hear your stories. I would love to communicate more. Be more open. Listen to what I want to do and actually do it without fear of just as I was like getting momentum, everybody decides to like get on a bike and drive around. Without fear of how am I being perceived. I want to get to know who I really am. I met her once and she was fantastic. And then I shut her away. And I stopped myself from doing anything that was difficult or hard or that caused conflict or had consequences. So I barely lived a life. I lived... It wasn't living. It was just surviving. And I don't want to survive anymore. And it's up to me to do that. It's up to me to make that change. And this is it. This is it. So every week I will be posting a review of the week that has gone by to talk about how I'm feeling, what I've been experiencing, what happened in that week, and share that with you, and just make things and put them out there without overthinking, without trying to be perfect, without being scared to be seen for who I really am. Without being scared to be seen, trying to figure out who I really am. So yeah, here's to my journey of rediscovering my creative self, to expressing what I want to express, to making mistakes, to being scared and doing it anyway, to trusting myself. That's a big one, trusting myself. And coming back into my body. I don't know about you, but if you disconnect from your emotions and your life and yourself for a really long time, it just feels weird to be in your body, and you don't trust yourself anymore, and you don't know how to do the things that you used to be able to do. And it feels so weird, and it's uncomfortable, and it's difficult, and I'm really looking forward. Actually, that's a lie. I'm terrified. But I'm also looking forward to changing that. And I know it's not going to be easy. It's hasn't been easy these past 5 or 6 weeks, I don't even know, I've lost track of time, where I've been stuck on this 1 week, but it just made me realize that there's a lot that I have to process, and that's okay. And that your timeline is going to be different to everybody else. And that's another thing I need to learn, to stop comparing myself to other people. So here's to that journey. I don't know if this is too much light, but it's okay. Here's to, yeah. So wish me luck. Oh yeah, my leg's itchy. Oops.